Hello, and welcome to another episode of Miss Math Maniac. Today we're going to be talking about subtraction. All right, now you're probably like, okay, Miss Math Maniac, we know how to subtract. We've done this before, easy peasy. But it's not always as easy as you think it is. Okay, subtraction, just like any other aspects of math, can be a little bit difficult. So I want to go over first. Let's talk about what is subtraction. What does it mean to subtract? Okay, and that's a pretty simple topic. Okay, if we have 3 circles and your friend steals 2 of them, right? We'll take 2 away. How many are we left with? Oh, you're right, 1. All right, and you're probably like, okay, duh. 3 minus 2 equals 1. Okay, we're just starting out. We gotta start somewhere. I promise it's gonna get a little bit more difficult than this. Okay, but subtraction just means to take something away. All right, so let's get started on a little bit more difficult problem. All right, now with subtraction, just like any type of math, we've got to be observant of place value. Okay, place value is going to help us out a lot with subtraction. Okay, when we line up our numbers, 456 minus 345. If you notice, all of my ones places are lined up together, all of my tens places are lined up together, and all of my hundreds places are lined up together. If you just write them all over the place, it's going to be a disaster and you will not get the right answer. So make sure you're lining up those place values. And we're going to start over here in the ones place, okay? And we're just going to start with 6 minus 5. What's 6 minus 5? What? Yeah, you're right, 1. Okay, so we're just going to write a 1 right there. Easy. Okay, then we'll go to the next one. 5 minus 4. Oh, yes, again, it's 1. So we're going to write a 1 there. And lastly, 4 minus 3. Yes, again, it is 1. All right, so after we finish subtracting all of our place value, okay, from the ones, tens, and hundreds, this is our answer. 456 minus 345 is 111. As you can see, this way is much easier than having to draw 456 circles and crossing out 345 of them, because that would take forever. All right, so this way is a whole lot easier. So now you're like, okay, easy peasy, I already know this, give me something difficult. Well, I'm going to. All right, let's take a look at this next question. 308 minus 249. So we're going to take a look, again, just like always, in the ones place. We've got 8 minus 9. Now, if I have 8 circles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, can I take away 9 from there? No, I can't. I can't take away 9 because there aren't even 9 circles to take away. So I can't do this. I can't do 8 minus 9. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to borrow from my neighbor. This is like when you're making cookies, delicious, all right? You're making cookies and you don't have any sugar, all right? So you go to your neighbor next door and you're like, hey neighbor, can you borrow me some sugar? And they're like, oh yes, then bring me some cookies later, okay? That is what we're doing here with subtraction. We're going to borrow from our neighbor. Now, if we look at our neighbor here, our neighbor's a 0. Can the 0 give us anything? No, can't. So what happens when one neighbor doesn't have sugar? You gotta go to the next one. So then let's look over at this 3. Can the 3 borrow something? Yeah, you're right, okay. We're gonna take this 3, all right, we're gonna take 1 away from that. This 3 is going to become a 2, and this 0, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna add 100 more to it, okay? Or make this a 10. All right, we're just going to add a 1 in front of the 0 to make it a 10. Now, has this helped out our 8 yet? No. So we've got to borrow now from our neighbor who has 10. We can take 1 away from our neighbor, right? We can take 1 away from that neighbor. The 10 will become a, if you take 1 away from 10, what is it? 9. And this 8 won't stay an 8, but it will become an 18, all right? If you see, we just put that 1 extra there right next to the 8. So now, can we do 18 minus 9? Yeah, we can do that. All right, so what's 18 minus 9? Yeah, you're right, it's 9. So we just write a 9 right there. Now we go to the next one. It's no longer 0 minus 4, and it's not 10 minus 4 either. It is 9 minus 4 because we borrowed before, okay? So what's 9 minus 4? Yep, you're right, it's 5. So we're going to write our 5 there. And then lastly, we go to the hundredths place. 2 minus 2, it's 0. We don't have to write anything there. So our final answer is 59. Okay? Now, make sure when you're borrowing, you're keeping track of who you're leaving your sugar with, all right? Obviously, the 0 couldn't have borrowed us anything. It didn't have anything to give. So we had to go to the next door neighbor. But just like when you go to your neighbor and they don't have sugar, you're going to want to leave a little bit with them on the way back too, because they don't have sugar. You got to share with people. Okay? So we're going to distribute the one that we take from here to here, and then we'll take one from there for what we need. Okay, so you're just kind of passing it on down the line. Let's do another one just to make sure we've got the hang of this. All right, 3,000 minus 2,768. Now, already looking in the ones place, and we're going to have some problems here. We have 0, but we want to take 8 away from it. Can we do that? No, we can't. But can we borrow from this neighbor? No, he's still got 0. Can we borrow from this neighbor? No, still got 0. So we're going to have to take away from this 3. Okay, we're going to take only 1 away from 3. So if you take 1 away from 3, what are you left with? 2. You're right. We're just going to take 1. This is going to become a 2. All right. And our next door neighbor, we're going to put that 1 right next to what we already have, which is 0. Okay, so now this is no longer 0. It's a 10. But we've got to distribute our wealth to the other people as well. So this can't stay a 10. We're going to take 1 away from this 10. If we take 1 away from the 10, what will it be? A 9, you're right. Okay, so that 10 is going to become a 9. And this 0 is now going to become a 10. But wait, we can't stop there. This guy needs some help too. So this 10 is not going to stay a 10. It's going to become a 9. And the 0 is going to become a 10. Now, do we have anybody else to share with? No, we're good to go. Now we can just start subtracting, okay? So what's 10 minus 8? Yep, 2. So we're going to write our 2 down there. Now, are we doing 10 minus 6 here? No, we're doing 9 minus 6. Make sure when you borrow, cross out the number that you've already used, because you're going to get really confused afterwards if you don't, okay? So 9 minus 6 is 3. We're going to write our 3 there. 9 minus 7 is 2. And 2 minus 2, it's 0. We don't even have to write anything there. So our answer to 3,000 minus 2,768 is 232. Now, I know this can look a little daunting at first with all the crossing out and the borrowing, okay? But if you just think of it as taking something and sharing it with others, it's not that difficult. Just make sure you take your time and you start off and go right down the way, all right? Okay, any questions, as always, leave in the comment box below. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. Peace out. And what we need to do, oh my God. I can't believe it's still raining. Do you hear how loud that is? La 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 la. I think it's getting louder. I'm never gonna be able to do this video. Never. I give up. Bye.